Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. It's Thursday, so it's Tech Tip Thursday. I have a cool tool. I have a cool tool that I want to share. Ryan's got some tech tips. We got a social post of the day, so it's it's a relatively full show. The show, as always, is brought to you by Just Listed, Just Sold, which is powered by Thanks.io. And as well, our virtual mortgage providers team at NEXA Mortgage. If you would like to chat about adding mortgage revenue streams to your real estate business, go ahead and text RELO to 888-403 MORT, 888-403-6678. Let's start the party with the social post, Ryan.
Yeah, just a simple one here. Just a property list of the day. High-end St. Pete rentals. If you don't have a lot of resale activity, a lot of markets around the country, rentals are an okay place to go. But if you get people in a higher end price range around rentals engaging with you, stands to reason that they might also be down to buy a house. In my market in St. Pete, Josh, when we moved down here, we rented for a year or two because a lot of people move to Florida. They don't know if it's going to stick or work out.
Yeah.
So in some markets, don't forget about rentals. I mean, we're here to solve people's problems. And don't forget to put a funny meme. Who remembers? Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Do you remember that, Josh?
Of course.
I say it all the time, and my kids are like, "What are you talking about?" But you know what I didn't know until this morning when I was looking for the Good Lord, it's a lot of money. I didn't know it was Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah. My immediate reaction when I saw it, I was thinking Chappelle, but it's obviously Chris Rock.
I mean, from In Living Color. Good Lord.
Yeah. Oh man, In Living Color. This is wow. This is really. I am really going to sound old on the internet right now. I have DVDs of season 1 of In Living Color somewhere buried in the basement.
Well, that's because of J-Lo, right? That's why you had those.
No. So the last time they were out, it was to show my kids Fire Marshal Bill.
Yep.
Which I mean, they didn't find it as amusing as I did. Let's just say that.
That's the problem. Because I remember my dad. You remember, like your parents making references, and you're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Well, good Lord. That's
also,
funny.
They didn't think it was funny when we thought it was funny when we watched it 25, 30 years ago. So
it was
whatever.
Scandalous.
Oh man, absolutely.
Comment below if you agree that In Living Color was awesome. All right.
Yeah. So Ryan, do you have some quick tech tips, or should we dive into local Falcon?
Let's do this because you got more of a dive in to do. My tip is to just pay attention to your email signature, and we do this every now and then, but I think it's something to remind you about. Just to keep in mind and to revisit your email signature every now and then. So I was just looking over at mine. I had a dead link to my schedule a quick chat. So just a few quick tips on your email signature. Put your Calendly link in there if you can. Give people a way to schedule with you. I put my niche deal links in here, and then something seller, home related.
So I'm gonna. My tech tip is when you do that. This is a wonderful reminder, and you should update this. I would say at least review it quarterly to make sure it's relevant. And also, it gives you an opportunity to take things that have worked for you as a text blast or in a email broadcast or in a marketing and weave it into every communication that goes. But a huge point to keep in mind here is you want to limit the different domain names in your outgoing emails to 3 or less. So that 3 or more than 3 different domain names, and I'm saying like your website domain, Calendly, Facebook, and Instagram, that's 4 different domains. So look at ways to consolidate that. For example,
does it matter where it ends up, or can you shift?
That's a good point. That might be a workaround. I don't know for sure. But another way is build your own link tree style page on your KV Core. And then you're sending people ideally, to one place. Like all of your links are your website, just different extensions different places on your website. You could even take Calendly and embed that into a page on your website where they can go and schedule, and you're not bouncing them to a bunch of different places.
Really good point. I am not following that advice here, which is why all my emails go to spam. Just kidding. I don't know if they do.
Yeah. We don't know if they do, and that may not be the only reason.
But that's a good tech tip around email deliverability. We haven't done an email deliverability session in forever.
We should definitely do a
maybe
deep
at
dive
some
on
point
that.
next week. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so before I get into local Falcon, I want to set up why this is of interest to me and how this came about for me. So I was listening to a podcast earlier this week. It was one of our favorite people, Carl White, on his Loan Officer Freedom podcast. He had a guest on who is helping mortgage folks locally optimize for Google to show up in the map section and SEO, etc. Because, and this was such a great reminder for me, because they have data that shows between 15 and 20% of leads generated through that mechanism, meaning someone goes and searches and they see your Google business listing, or they find content from a Google search, okay? Not a paid ad. They find content, or they find your map result, etc., from a Google search. 15 to 20% of those leads transact with them, okay? That is, as far as lead quality, that's remarkable. And it made me think and reminded me that I don't know the exact numbers for me, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty close, that those types of leads, when I get an organic phone call, or this happened recently, it was earlier this week or late last week, I had someone fill out the form on my website. I actually thought it was spam. Okay. The guy put his name, he put his email, he put his phone number, and said in the comments, because they're in the KV Core website form, there's where they can add comments or notes or something. And he said, "I'm looking to buy an investment property in the Harrisburg area. Can you please give me a call?" Right. And, I kind of assumed it was spam, but I'm going to follow up on every lead. So I emailed and texted him. He didn't reply for a couple of days. Now, he did ask me to call him, right? So actually, here's what happened. If I recall correctly, I emailed and texted him the day it came in. I didn't get any response. And I thought, you know what? He told me to call him. So I called him and I left a voicemail. He called me back Tuesday, I think. It was a real person, legitimately looking to buy and looking to buy something that, when I went and set him up in my MLS, there's actually some inventory, right? So that was, and I asked him, and this is critical. I asked him, why'd you reach out to me? Like, why'd you find my form? He said, well, I pulled you up on a Google search. I looked at your reviews and stuff. Seemed legit.
So your GBL showed up.
Exactly. So that confluence event, this podcast and that happening, reminded me, like, maybe I should invest more time and energy into trying getting more of those leads. So it all made sense and weave together. One of the resources that the guest on Carl White's podcast recommended and referred to is this thing called Local Falcon. Local Falcon. It's just localfalcon.com. Now, you can go and create a free account. They do offer a paid service, and there are a couple of different levels. I've gone past I created it. You have to enter your info. You have to verify your email. You log in, and then you basically have to say, I want to pay as you go, right? So you scroll down, pay as you go, and then you link up your Gmail account so that you can pull in your Google business listing, which I have here, and for free, it'll run a scan and give you some different reports. Okay, so I just had it scan a 10-mile radius of the address associated with my Google business listing. Okay. And the good news is I'm the top ranked, like this is my area. Okay. This is my area. And when someone searches real estate agent in this general vicinity, I show up first. right? Which is why I do get, I don't know, I probably get 1 or 2 a month. I'd like it to be 1 or 2 a week, right? That would be, that'd probably be, 1 or 2 clients a month out of that. But then it shows where I rank in some of these other areas. Okay. So interesting, valuable, etc. Now, so what do you do with that? Well, I'm still kind of working through that. But one thing that I'm thinking I will do is start adding content relevant to the areas where I'm lower ranked, where I would like to be higher ranked. Things as simple as I'm just grabbing over here, like 3 places to eat in Colonial Park.
Yeah.
Or what
Can
was that?
you just put links to property lists in that area?
Well, that's a great idea. That would be a very simple way to do it. And in fact, because you brought it up, let's muddle our way through doing one of these. So if I just go and Google search, because I'm logged into the Gmail account that is associated with this Google business listing, if I search the business name, what comes up at the top for me here is my ability, like this is the admin view, right? This is not what the consumer sees. This is the admin view, and I can edit my profile. I can edit services. I can play around with all this stuff. But to Ryan's end, what I could do is I could, let's see here. I'm gonna edit products. So what I can do is I clicked edit products. I'm gonna click add product, and let's do this. So I'm gonna go to KV Core, and I'm gonna go and build an IDX squeeze link for properties for sale in Boiling Springs, because Boiling Springs was one of the areas that it's kind of down here, and I'm low ranked, which this is easy for me. We're often in this area because of sporting events and so forth.
You ever been in that pizza shop in Carlisle? I'm just kidding.
Anyway, so let's build. I'm going to build an IDX. I'm going to go to lead engine on the left here. KV Core was working beautifully, flawlessly on this new computer, and now the last few days, it has been hunkering down again.
Close some of those tabs. They're burning my eyeballs.
Yeah, I guess.
That's not why, though. It could be that you have Facebook open, too.
It could be. All right, I'm going to close out some stuff here.
But let's be honest, it's probably just KV. What did I say?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's that or if it's the computer or a combination thereof. It does not want to open the lead engine for me here. Come on, cooperate so we can do this live here.
Yeah, it's working.
And honestly, what I should probably do, I'm gonna make this a habit where I'm gonna start doing this every day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a product where it is going to be, the product name is Boiling Springs Homes for Sale.
New construction listings.
Oh, create a new category. Mike had been doing this. Look at this. I didn't even realize. That must have been Mike that was doing it.
Or they're suggesting.
Price is optional. Landing page URL. It's even just describing to you what to put there. Okay, it's finally trying to load up here. Come on.
I think it's either the StreamYard or you need a refresh or something on that page. I don't know. What browser is that?
Chrome.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go to IDX Squeeze. I may have to record this separately.
Yeah, I think people get the idea, though, Josh. I mean, it's we talk a lot about squeeze links in general and niching down your links. So either general homes in the area or just 5 or 6 segmented lists posted there.
And so that's that. I wasn't even thinking that. You were even thinking different niche lists for that area. That creates even more content for Google to sort of crawl and index.
We know the top things people are searching they're searching homes in your area, but they're also doing condos, townhomes, foreclosures,
land.
Sometimes land. So you hit those top, even do rentals, because like we just said, why not?
Yeah.
Ship pop up. And do like 3 or 4 of those for each market.
And where I was going to go with this is, if you want to go really deep with it, you can use, you can either manually do it or incorporate Chat GPT and build out other content related to the areas, like, 5 great Italian restaurants in Harrisburg or whatever. But quite honestly, what we just described here, you can make a bunch of real estate related content, which is what people are looking for. If they're searching, real estate agent Harrisburg, they're looking for real estate, information anyway. So not that I'm discouraging you from doing that, but I would start with this type of content versus, going down the rabbit hole of related, restaurants or coffee shops or things of that nature. People relocating might want that information in detail, but they're really looking for, real estate, generally speaking, if that's the terms we're optimizing for. So I'm going to record this separately. Okay. I'm going to record this separately. And then what I'm going to request of Mike is, we've compiled or curated content around creating your business listing, optimizing your business listing, etc. Some of it is training that we created. Some of it is great training that's free out there that we just curated. All of it specific for real estate agents. And I'm going to have Mike build that as another separate little mini course area at wakeup.realestate, which is just another reason why, if you haven't, you should go and create your free Wake Up Real Estate account at wakeup.realestate. Okay, so I'll record that separately. However, there is one other thing along these lines that I wanted to tie in for this. So for this, I'm going to open an incognito mode. I'm going to open a new incognito window. And Ryan, can you, never mind. Here we go. Here we go. Share my screen. So I'm in an incognito window, and I'm just going to say real estate agent Enola. Okay. That's my area. These apparently are agents who are, this is the Google. Why am I not showing up there? I have a Google, this is their ad platform. Okay. These are Google screened and sponsored. I show up third here, even though it's showing on that local Falcon that I'm on. But that's not even why I was doing this. The reason why I was doing this is going and searching, doing Google searches, and this tends to work better when you do it on your phone for whatever reason. But doing Google searches and then looking for things like this, people also ask, because this is great video and or blog content that you can then also add in to optimize your Google business listing or the SEO on your website, right? So is Enola, PA a good place to live? And that's kind of going to be a commentary piece, but I could take some of the content, I could take some of the content on niche.com here or wherever and curate or add my own thoughts about it. Now, usually there's more, so maybe it's because Enola is such a small town. Let's see what happens if I do real estate agent Harrisburg. Okay, how much do real estate agents charge? Right, so you could do how much do most real estate agents charge in Harrisburg, PA? Although, that is, you might want to shy away from that. Should I hire a local realtor? What's that?
Buyer's agents are free.
Yeah, do not say that. Yeah, do not say that. Is Harrisburg, PA good for real estate investment, right? So you can play with different, now it gave me more. Is it expensive to live in Harrisburg, PA? What's the best place to live in Harrisburg, PA, right? So it's giving you, Google is telling you what people are asking and giving you, never-ending amount of content that you can create, short form video, longer form video, blog posts, etc. That if you match that up to what they are, what they're already searching, you are at least stacking the deck a little bit in your favor for better ranking in the map pack. Which, by the way, if you hear, let me bring it back up here. Ryan, can you share the screen again, or is it sharing?
Share yours.
Yeah. If you hit that, it should work. Yeah. Okay. So this is what they call the map pack. And they usually will show 3. And if you remember when I did Enola, I did actually show up there for this, for whatever reason. This time I'm showing 2nd. The time before I showed 3rd. So that's really where you want to optimize. I need to figure out personally why I'm not showing up for the Google ad services, because I do have that set up and the account running. These up here, but that is, you are paying when somebody does that. Okay, you're paying when somebody clicks on those. I'm talking about doing organic, creating organic opportunities for yourself. Okay.
So the Falcon helps you see what you rank. Does it do other stuff?
It does. Yeah. So there are lots of things. I haven't even played with it enough to really. But it can do competitor reports, trend reports, keyword reports. That is all, though, on the paid service. The only thing you can do for free is like this initial scan, and it'll give you a report.
I think I have a 1 or 2 degree of separation to the owner of this. I'm pretty sure that's a Tampa area company. And Kevin Saber and a friend of mine was telling me about Local Falcon a year or 2 ago. So maybe we can get the owner on one of these sessions.
That would be, that would be awesome.
When Kevin showed me that, there was a lot of other stuff it could do. I know they're focused on GBL, but I believe it goes across multiple networks as well, if I'm remembering right.
It may. It very well may. Let's see what you can do. See what strings you can pull there, because that would be great. What the reason it caught my attention and the use case that which caused me to share it is the Google Business Listing and SEO. Like it's also related to optimizing your website for ranking purposes as well.
Yeah, and you can. Yeah, there are things you can do. So on the GBL front, I just had a thought, because I know that a lot of people, and we have built Google ads around real estate agent in. Have you thought a lot about making it easier or giving people a reason why they should call you right in that post? So, because I would think that if I was Googling a realtor right now, you kind of just want to talk to somebody right now. But just giving them the phone number seems, you're just relying on that instead of like text, chat to, and then give you the cell number to talk to an agent within 5 minutes, to get a call back within 5 minutes or something like that.
Well, yeah. So a unique value proposition. I hear Mike Reefs ringing in my head that buyers want affordability and selection, right? Affordability and selection, right? So if you can make if you can create some kind of unique value proposition that addresses one of those, right? So text special to this number for all the special financing and builder incentives available right now, or something like that, may be a way to sort of stand out in a very crowded, everybody's fighting for those leads because those leads are so good, right? So how do you differentiate yourself with that? And actually, since we're
or even just, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
See, the local ad services, you can't make any call to action.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, Ryan, is a Google pay-per-click ad for the real estate agent Mechanicsburg, PA term, and then doing something unique with that to differentiate amongst this. Yeah, that's interesting.
And I'm looking at the images in a typical post. You could also do the Craigslist trick in the scrolled images. So I'm just looking at the guys who pop up here for your. Let's see. See these images?
Yeah.
Could you make the first image a text? fixer-uppers to this number,
Yeah.
like we've done in Craigslist. So I thought, have you run a Craigslist ad in a while? Let's get a little ADD here.
I have.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any activity recently. So when I started doing the Facebook Marketplace protocol in like August or September, I was also playing around with Craigslist because it's a similar concept.
Yeah.
And I didn't really get anything from Craigslist, but I have, since I reactivated my license and went back to active selling, I have done a few transactions from Craigslist leads, but
so yeah, I just want to show everybody what I was talking about here. It's basically just do an image like this. Go to 727realestatedeals.com for a list of, but you do it in the image since it's not text.
yeah.
So, and then for a list of foreclosures. One of my favorite for a list. Right, so we would make this look cooler and everything, and yellow and red and ugly and everything. But you save the image and then you upload it to your GBL or your Craigslist ad, because it's real estate, for lack of a better term. These photos, as people scroll through, you hit them with a call to action.
So, along these lines, when we have a listing, part of our listing syndication SOP, right? Like how we launch a listing and how we market it. One of the things we do is add the listing as a product. Mike, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think we add it as a product on our Google business listing. And the images that we use with that, we overlay a call to action on all of them. Text JS 5805 to 717 for all pictures, up to the minute pricing, and additional details or whatever. And so there's even a free app that our buddy Chris Jones uses for that. I think he built the app. I can't remember it. So we'll have to add that to the notes of this. But that's another great use case. You should, every listing that you have, you should upload, last week we talked about geotagging on Tech Tip. So any one of your listings, geotag, add a call to action overlay on those and upload those as a photo, but also add every listing as a product as well. And then one other thing, let me just pull it up real quick here before we shove off. I launched a sponsored message this morning. Okay. Sponsored message this morning. I haven't talked about those in a couple of weeks. I used the Texting Tuesday scripting. Okay. I used the Texting Tuesday scripting, which is, hey, Barbara, we're going to check out the new home at 1121 Lotus this weekend. Would you like to join us? Okay. And so this is a positive one. I got one other one that's positive so far. I'm waiting for their reply back. Mark says, what time? I'm going to say, and I just can confirm with Cosette her availability. So I'm going to say, would 11 a.m. on Saturday work, or would...
Are you doing a group showing?
So here's what I'm doing. Okay. When I'm referring to this property, it's a new construction property. So I know that it's go and show. So I can schedule a time to go look at it anytime. And so all I'm saying is, we're going to go check it out sometime this weekend. Would you like to join us? Right. And if we can get multiple people there for like a private open house, the more the merrier. But I'm not going to, I'm not going to go there unless I'm meeting somebody there, right? But I'm teasing the fact that I want to go check it out, right? So it's it's a little gray hat, I suppose. But you're picking properties that you can go and show, and just seeing who wants to come check it out, right? And the idea being, this pivot for me is already proven to be working better. What I was saying previously was, would you like to schedule a private VIP tour? Which is, in the Dean Jackson analogy, which is like you have somebody over, right? You invited somebody over and you ask them, would you like me to bake you some cookies? They're not going to want to inconvenience you. No, you don't have to do that. But if you've already baked the cookies, would you like one of these freshly baked cookies? A good percentage of people are going to say, sure, I'll have one, right? So it's a small tweak, but just making it easier for them to say, well, if you're already going to check it out, I'll tag along, right? I'll come check it out as well. So it's a little thing that I think can make a big difference. And I'm going to be tomorrow morning. My prospecting and pumping iron is going to be looking at the active people in KV Core, and I'm going to message them all a property that I'm checking out that's near the one that they were looking at, and asking if they'd like to join us. Or I might just say that property, right? Because that's another thing that we've tested that's never, I've never gotten a pull through rate, right? And it's probably the private VIP tour language, but I'd say, hey Ryan, it looks like this property caught your eye. Would you like to schedule a private VIP tour? Right? Versus, it looks like this property caught your eye. I was going to go check it out this weekend. Would you like to join me? Right? It's just making it easier. Oh, he's already going to look at it? Well, in that case, I'll go look at it. And the more people you connect with that way, they're going to do business with you whenever it is that they buy or sell, or both. So just making it easier to make that happen. If you record this, send a link. Yep, George, we'll make a little mini course around it. Soledad, what's your monthly budget to show up as a sponsored local agent? I think you're talking the local services ads. I don't know, Soledad, because mine says it's active and it's not showing up. It's not, something is busted with it. I'm going to have to get with my Google ad rep to try and figure out what the heck's going on with it. And then Mike Smith, correct to products and I geotag. It's free photo branding. I think it's just freephotobranding.com. You can do the same thing in Canva or tools like that. It's just, it makes it really easy where you can say, I want this call to action. You upload photos and then it just adds that CTA to the photos and gives you the photos back. So I think it's just freephotobranding.com. Let me just make sure. And that's one of the free apps. Are your listings protected? Yes. So that's right. It's freephotobranding.com. That's one of the free apps that our buddies Chris and Levi Jones have built. They built some cool stuff. You have to enter your email and he will email you just like we do. But there's other great free tools as well. Their Fizz Bonanza is a great free way to pull FISBO listings. Most of this stuff listed here is free, and then they've got some products. So
cool.
You check that out. All right, tomorrow is Follow-Up Friday, and I thought what we should do for Follow-Up Friday is show, very transparent plug here for thanks.io, the ability to set a automated follow-up direct mail campaign. And the how we're doing that, or the campaign that we're going to use for the home value seller leads that I have been generating on Facebook. Which, by the way, I took the winning campaign that I think I shared it yesterday. I think I showed the ad that was working well on that. I duplicated it.
Right.
Broadened the geographic audience, but layered in some interest targeting, and it's working really well as well. The one that was working well continues to hold steady, and the new one's working really well also. So we'll dig in to all of that for Follow-Up Friday, and we'll put together a little mini course on Google Business Listing, and Ryan's going to work on getting us the local Falcon CEO as a guest. So we can dig into that. So if you need anything, email mike@growwithjosh.com or use the chat widget at the bottom right of wakeup.realestate. Otherwise, hope to see you all tomorrow.
See you guys.